Welcome back to Intelligent Bishop. If you have not seen our previous video based on the 10 tips to improve your chess tactics, please visit our channel and see that video. I hope it helps you in improving your tactics. So let us move towards new video. So today's video is based on how to improve and how to win in the complex positions. So let us begin. So this is the position which is complex. Black is attacking the queen. He has just played queen to c3 and now it's white chance to win. So as you can see, let us assess the position as we did in previous video. The white's king is more safer than black king. Why? The reason is white is having this powerful knight which is controlling important squares, a rook and a queen attacking immediately towards the king. But as compared to white's king, only this rook is holding the king in somewhat way. So black king is not safer at all. So white is having some chance to win. Let us look at some variations which are very natural. Always try to give a forcing variation. That's the first learning. Always try to play a line which is by force, for example checks. Let us look at all the checks first. So knight h5 check, pawn takes, and there is nothing because queen g3, there is queen into g3. Now let us look if we can get some material. So are we getting any material? No, everything is defended. So what's the next plan? Let us see the king. The king is choked down and there is only one square to move for the king because king can't come outside because of some checks. So what we can do, we can play rook h4 attacking this pawn, and there is a mating threat over here. Also it opens this h6 square which is vacant for the queen. If rook comes to h4, queen into e3, then there is a checkmate. So let us play this. Yes, the first move is correct. Black gives rook h1 check. We have to take, and the puzzle is solved. Let us look at the next position. Here also, the black's king is not at all safer as compared to white's king because we have two rooks and a pawn controlling the key squares of the king, whereas white's king is safe and have ease to move, and only one rook is directing towards the king. So our second technique is just to compress the king and just ensure that all his squares are trapped. So there are two ways in assessing this position. First is gain a material, which is not possible right now. Second is the king is already compressed, as our second point we have discussed. Now we can think of a checkmate. So let us try to look at some variations. So if we give a check from this rook, king comes to h5 and escapes from this squares. If this rook comes to f6, then king escapes behind. So if we give a check from pawn, there is only one square for king, that is h6. But the question arises, what next? Because whichever check we give by rook, the king will escape. Let us give this check. King moves here, then a check. King comes to g4 and keep checking the king always, and there is no way to escape as rook has controlled this fight. So let us look at the next puzzle. So in this position as well, black king is very safe as compared to white's king, as black's bishop, queen and knight are heading towards this spot, and there is going to be a blow on this square. But let us try to identify the problem in white's position first. So basically this knight is attacking the rook, a pawn, and this very important square g2, which can become a mating square. But on the similar lines, the queen has pinned the knight. If we just collect the material, our queen is hanging, so we cannot take the material. Let us try to find something else. For example, the third learning comes now. The third learning is, when you are attacking, identify the best piece with which you should attack. So here the queen and knight can become a supportive pieces, but the bishop is the one which should strike and create weaknesses in white's position. So let us try to calculate. Bishop takes g2, bishop takes g2, then queen takes g2 is a checkmate. So bishop takes g2, queen takes e3. Then we have to think of something. For example, let us say bishop takes f3 check. The king goes anywhere, then there is queen g2 mate. So this might be the move. Bishop takes g2. Yes, it is. But now the problem is, if we capture the bishop, our queen is left hanging. So what should we do? If we capture anything with the bishop, our queen is hanging. So our fourth learning comes here. Identify all the best defenses of the opponent before starting an attack. So what we did, we saw bishop takes f3, king f2, queen g2, but meanwhile we forgot that after bishop takes f2, white is having queen into g5. So now in this situation, it is better to collect the material first. So takes, and here the puzzle is solved. And now black is winning completely. Next part. So here comes our fifth position, which is pretty tricky because both the kings are equally bad and equally weak. But now white is winning. Why? Let us try to find out. This check is blocked and there is no check to king in this position. As we have discussed in yesterday's video, this is the no check position that white has got. That is not the case in black's position. Queen into bishop check is always possible in this scenario. If king goes to h7, then rook d7 pins and wins the queen. Let us identify next variation. If queen takes c8, queen g8, then queen into h5 check, queen h7, queen into h7, king into h7, king into g2. Now let me know in the comment section if you have identified this variation for white. Let's do it. Check. Yes, king comes to h7. Now again there is a problem. If I play rook d7 as I have calculated earlier, black will simply give checks and I cannot escape these checks. So our last learning is, never be greedy and take whatever you have. Like queen takes h5, queen takes, and king takes. So what we learned in today's videos is that first of all, we should not always look for a checkmate, and there are other ways to win the match. So we should always look at all the ways that will win for us. So that was it for today. I hope you have liked this video. Please do not forget to press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching.